minds, university professors, independent filmmakers, underground magazine publishers, novelists, artists, and journalists. Some are outsiders and might be thought of as dissidents, but most have one foot inside the system, where they continue to hold jobs, own property, and raise families. All of them risk their careers, their futures, and prison to publish samizdat journals, banned books, and independent documentary films. They seek to correct the party's misrepresentation of the past and change their country's slide toward ever stronger authoritarian control. And they do so by using new technologies to publicize the regime's failings, often linking current problems to debacles of the past. Concern for the past has a long tradition in China. Just as today, emperors and kings employed official scribes to write authorized histories. But unofficial historians also existed. They wrote books known by the evocative name Yeshi, which literally means wild history. Today, the more common term is minjian lishi, or grassroots history, something akin to what in other countries is called counter-history. I use all of these terms, but gravitate toward underground history, because it captures the asymmetrical battle between a few, often beleaguered citizens opposing an overwhelmingly strong state. China's underground historians are inspired by another idea from traditional Chinese culture, the jianghu. The term literally means rivers and lakes, and refers to the untamed world beyond the realm of courts and commercial centers. In ancient times, these areas served as hideouts for bandits, brigands, and others who lived outside the law, but whose lives were governed by strict codes of honor. Jianghu can mean an anarchic free-for-all, but more often it evokes a world of sworn brother and sisterhoods committed to righteousness and justice. Jianghu historians have existed since the start of the People's Republic, but have taken on crucial importance in recent years. For the first 50 years of communist rule, they were isolated individuals. Their articles, artwork, and books were quickly seized by the security apparatus. Few even knew they had existed. But over the past 2 decades, underground historians have melded into a nationwide network that has survived repeated crackdowns. Through digital technologies, such as PDF-style magazines and books, downloadable videos, and other creative ways of bypassing censorship, they have produced easily shared works that challenge the Communist Party's whitewashing of history. These technologies and stratagems have allowed China's counter-historians to withstand intense government pressure. Many work quietly and privately when faced with suppression, but jump into the public fray when the government is overwhelmed by mass unrest, such as during the COVID lockdowns between 2020 and 2022. Maybe just as important, digital technologies have allowed young Chinese to rediscover a lineage of like-minded people stretching back to the prehistory of the People's Republic. Books that were once available only in foreign research libraries are now easily shared. Stories of heroic resistance fighters are documented on films that are circulated on the sly. Taboo topics such as the murder of hundreds of thousands of small landowners in the early years of the People's Republic are explored in deeply researched historical fiction. Artworks fill in the visual gaps of heavily censored historical archives. Where critical thinkers in China once felt alone, they now share a powerful collective memory of Chinese people standing up to authoritarian rule. This, perhaps more than anything, inspires them to wave after wave of action, despite harsh lockdowns and lockups. This book document